attention. Set a reminder for that. And just before I go, I want to let you know I care about your mental health. And you know what? Stick around right here on this station. Don't go nowhere. What a great pleasure it is to have you all join me on another edition of the MHAASP Show with KP on MZ Radio London and AP Radio UK. I'm your host, Kunle Pelemo. You can call me KP. You know, I always say whenever I'm right here with you, you can say KP in the building. Yes, I'm in the building right now, but I'm not alone. All right, on the previous 3 editions of the show, we had the replays all the way from Minnesota, United States, come back to talk on addiction and recovery. Those episodes are priceless. You can check them out on our YouTube page. What are we discussing today on the show? For those who are following me on the social media, you know that already, don't you? For those who are not, I'll let you know shortly. Social media platforms at Instagram, where you need a bit of reversal, right? And we shall be discussing the word stress. Yes, you heard me. The word stress. That is the topic. As a matter of fact, on our bill, what we have as a topic is let's talk about stress. So who is my guest on the show? She's also known as the Liberator, the CEO of Liberator Resources, a mind transformation agency focusing on stress management through a stress detox program for wellness, wholeness, inner glow, emotional stability, mental alertness, financial stability, and so on and so forth. She's a certified transformation life coach, certified member of Yale University Network on global health security, and has spoken on various platforms with nationwide television coverage. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me, Olubunmi Olashore, to the show. I think I can call you Boom Lashi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so delighted to be with you on this show.
Wow, I'm highly delighted as well. It's a great pleasure. How are you doing?
I'm good. And you? How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fantastically well. Although, during the week I was a little bit down, but I'm back and better now. Thanks a lot. So, yeah, we're talking about stress today. So let's get down to the topic. Now, there is a story that I am interested in, and I want you to briefly tell us the story before we hit the ground running proper on the topic of today. Although that's the part of the topic. What is the big story behind you becoming a well sought after well-being and stress management strategist?
Yes, I will briefly talk about that. My story. It started like a decade ago, where I was opportune to work in the finance industry, and I held leadership positions where I personally started learning on my own because of the different situations that I passed through there. I needed to be at my best on those roles, and especially human relations. I needed to always be at par with people because my work involved seeing people every day, both customers, internal customers, external customers, and so I had to be at my best. So my research started since then, and after I left work, I continued. That was when I got all my certifications, and I will say that because of my exposure and my vast experience in the workplace, I can attend to anybody from that sector and people that are even trying to establish their own business, because I have that overall perspective of how it's supposed to be and what it should be. So that is what my story is on how I acknowledge, I acquired all my knowledge and experience in this area of stress management, particularly where I focused on.
That's absolutely wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. So let's get down to the topic now. And the question I'm posing to you is, what is stress and what are the factors responsible for it?
I would say that stress is the feeling that is imposed on us. It comes on us due to what others, the expectations from others and what we ourselves, what we pass through on a daily basis. It happens to us. And I will say it is when we are under abnormal pressures. That's where what I will corner it to. That it normally happens day in, day out. It's either someone triggers us or we trigger others. So we can always say we are stressed out, or that's what people always say every day, and even myself, But we can always have it said that corner it just to feelings, and it normally comes in through our thoughts.
Okay.
We get those feelings through our thoughts, those vibes, and we need to pay attention to it.
Okay. So what can we what are those common things, considering whatever society we may find ourselves? What are those things that might be responsible, like that we could mention that people can quickly point out to that, okay, this could cause stress? I believe those things are called the stressors that you could mention.
Yes. Those stressors, we have internal stressors and we have external stressors.
Okay.
I will just quickly pinpoint the ones that happen to us day in, day out, like money. There's none of us that doesn't spend money. That's an external stressor, and we don't have a control over it. The economy is there. Aspirations, personal aspirations, family responsibility, and then the one that majorly concerns me is the aspect of health. That is where I focused and paid more attention to. Look at the way COVID affected, and it came suddenly. Those were things that we did not plan for, and it came and affected everybody at the same time. Sometimes some people say, I'm not stressed by anything, but who would say I'm not stressed by COVID? I don't think anybody can say that. And then workplace. Work is so dynamic that whether you are in your own employment or government or enterprise, limited, wherever you are, you will work with people, and they will do one thing to you. People will talk to you. People will react. People will. There's a lot of expression, even coming from out of your house to enter a bus, or your driver and yourself. Those are the things that affect, and then relationship, and then I can also talk about that. There's no way work that you will not have relationship with people. So those are the things that trigger and makes us to react to our that brings out our feelings, our emotions, and at the same time we can talk about being stressed, by those factors that affect us: money, work, family responsibilities, health concerns, relationship, and then personal aspiration.
Yeah, absolutely. And those are factors that you cannot run away from. Just like you said, some are internal, some are external. Issues like money. Everybody loves money. We're on the grind, and when money is not coming as expected,
I love money.
Wow. Yeah. So, okay, now let's talk about the signs now, the noticeable signs we can look out for us to say maybe, one is stressed personally. How does that person know about that? Or some other people that you can also help? How do you notice? What are those signs that you notice in that person that make you feel, okay, this person is somehow stressed?
the area I notice, especially those around me where I live, you will see the reaction, the way people talk,
Okay.
the way they're feeling an expression of worry, anxiety, feeling of being overwhelmed. So I'm tired. I can't do that anymore. I think this is not. The first thing to concentrate. You can't concentrate on your work. You'll be wondering what's wrong. Why is she saying? You know? Those are the things that you will notice. Mood swings. The person that used to laugh before just comes in frowning, and everybody like, what's going on? The body language, the attitude, getting irritated easily by what people. Instead of you to listen and hear people out and like, no, I can't take that. You know, everybody will like, this person is going through something, and you see some people, they will just move from being happy to suddenly they'll keep to themselves. They won't talk to people. There'll be this depression all over the hair, and you can read it from their body language, the facial expression. You can see that they are troubled. I read people's expression. So when you're walking with me or you're around me, I can easily know when you are disturbed. If I don't talk about it, it will be very, very abnormal of me, because that's the first thing I'll look at your countenance. I'll look at, you know, those things that I can easily know. And then when you feel lazy, you feel dizzy. Like, I don't. I shop today. Those are the signs. And then sometimes you lose appetite. You lack you lose also this your touch for maybe romance, because of sex, right? I can't just get to you. And then some people use alcohol and to keep going on, use it to relax instead of having their normal. When they see that they are no more in that normal mood, they will just to use something. And at the end of the day, those things are harmful to health and to them, to their body. So instead of getting used to drugs, and you can ask for help, or just get yourself sorted out in that area. Once you identify those things that stress you out, identify them, and then you can get someone to talk to.
Okay. Wow, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Low self-esteem, depression.
Yeah. Okay, that's highly, highly insightful. So for everybody who is listening out there, you begin to tick the box to know whether you are stressed already from those noticeable signs that our stress management expert has highlighted right now. Now, having spoken about the signs of stress, definitely it's important for us to know how to manage stress. So when we come back after this break, we'll talk about how do we manage stress. Let's just take a breather now so that Mrs. Olubunmi Olashore will have a glass of water. And when we come back, we'll continue the show. The song of O Fields, My Brother, is titled Use Me. We'll be back shortly.
My life to you, oh Lord, I rededicate my life to you, my God. I rededicate my life to you, oh Lord, I rededicate my life to you, my God. Soul, oh Lord, I rededicate my life to you, my God. We'll say, break me down, mold me now, fill me up, and you can say it again. So break me down. Hey. Mold me now. Fill me with your power.
Here are some words of wisdom. Don't change station. MC Radio London.
This is still MZ Radio London, NAPI Radio UK. You're welcome back. It's the MHAASP Show with KP. And you know what the show is all about. It's about mental health awareness and suicide prevention. And today we've been discussing the word stress. And we have our stress management expert, Mrs. Olubunmi Olashore, right in the building with me. You're welcome back, Ma. So before the break, we said we're going to talk about how do we manage stress. So you have the floor, Ma. How do we manage stress?
Yes. We manage stress through our identifying those stress factors that I talked about earlier.
Okay.
We need to identify what is causing those triggers, what is making us do that. That's the first thing. After identifying them, we will now concentrate on how to minimize the effects, especially those ones that have negative impacts on us. Those negatively, the things that make us to get into anger, snapping. We need to identify, because we are the center of everything. That is, we need to protect and preserve ourselves.
Okay.
That is, know yourself, choose yourself, and then make sure you give yourself what is beneficial. When you are able to preserve yourself, that is, you are able to preserve that your inner peace.
Yeah.
That is when you are able to be a good influence at your place of work, at home, to the society, and at the same time, you're able to help others that will go through similar experiences. So when you are able to identify that area that triggers you, all you need to do is to concentrate on how to reduce the pressure. What I've noticed is that in line with our thoughts, we can actually control some thoughts that come to us, that trigger us. There are some that are definitely beyond our control. But what we need to do is, let's first of all start from the ones we can control. Let's start from the areas that we can control, like feeling tired. What we can do is to just make sure we rest, have enough rest. When you are feeling nuisated, try and take a walk out of that area where you're already feeling fagged out. I've seen people fall down and collapse. Instead of getting to that, immediately your body started telling you, get up. You know, someone say, I'm feeling hungry. Instead, it's not hunger, but it's dizziness. But because they've not paid attention to what stresses them, they never gave attention. You know, I've seen instances where people slump. They'll say he went to the cafeteria and then he fell. You know, I'm sure the body will have been giving him signals, signs and warnings, and he did not, you know, pay attention to him or herself. You know, that is why we need to choose ourselves. Make sure you concentrate and make sure you are fine. In a case where you are dealing with factors that are beyond our control, like this COVID, a lot of people went into financial stress. All you need to do is to ask for help. Do a feasibility study. Look at the environment. What are the things that are moving at this time? You are a coach and you're not getting businesses. All you need to do is to have a shift in your focus of what you need to do. Satisfy yourself. You have that urge and that tendency to help people. Fine. But everything is tending towards the digital scope. So you need to get digital knowledge. At the same time, look for opportunities that will enhance your finances. When you talk to people, even if you don't have knowledge in that area, people will help out. Instead of getting yourself stressed up, and then you start taking it out on fellow people that you're living with in the family, at workplace. You know, those are the things that happen to us every day. And then if you're feeling not too good in your body, you can take a walk, get physical exercises, And then in areas that has to do with emotions, the relationship, you can look at how the thing is going. If it's a choking, how would I say, a relationship that is actually getting a very toxic relationship, you can do without it to give yourself peace. And a lot of people don't know how to say no when it gets right. Everybody is sensitive. Oh, I don't want to hurt this person. What about you? You're hurting yourself. What about yourself? You need to preserve yourself. You need to preserve your life first.
Yeah.
So that is when people go for counseling, go for therapy. You know, when you don't have peace, when you don't have that inner joy, you can't, impact your environment. You can't touch any life. Instead, you'll be reacting to everything. When people talk to you, instead of you to respond in a normal way, you just snap, get angry, get fucked out, and at the end of the day, nobody gets you. You don't prioritize what you need to do at every point in time because of the choking aspects of your work or family issues that you're supposed to address with your spouse.
Yeah.
Instead of addressing it, you're bottling up and you're getting angry and you're snapping. You're depressed. Your mood is so bad. You can't talk to anybody, and everybody will like, what's wrong with this person? So in that way, when you bottle up so much stress, and it can affect your health. It will start affecting the organs of the body. That's when you have organ failures, you have heart attacks, you have panic attacks, you have a lot of things showing up. And then if you're not able to help yourself, how will you be able to help the people around you? And then for you to be able to get help, you need to speak up. You need to talk to somebody. You need to take a walk. You need to get out of the place of that choking environment. Identify what it is that is causing it. Let's work at it. Like myself now, I help people. Anybody that reaches out to me, we go through it together. I'll have sessions with you. I'll talk to you. I'll offer you all that I know of. That is those areas where I've found expertise. I'll give you therapy sessions. I'll give you supplements that can help your health, especially those that are going through, how do I call it? They have been drained in their body. They have been drained emotionally. They are drained in their health. They don't have good health. If you don't have good health, how will you be able to work? How would you be able to be a mother or a father? How would you be a good friend to yourself and to others? Because you are a friend to yourself first. That is why you need to preserve your own life. You need to give attention, and that is why I'm here to let you know that you need to, pay attention to whatever it is, and then when you work at it, when you ask for help, you will definitely get all those things that we have mentioned, all the stressors, you change all the negative stressors to positive happenings around you. And then when you have everything positive, you will see that it will reflect on you. It will reflect on your work. Your performance will come from maybe average to high performing staff. Everybody will notice that, okay, the IQ is now high and you are emotionally stable. You can affect your environment, you can affect lives, and then at the end of the day, you become an icon of somebody that can manage stress. And at the end of the day, you can even suggest different things to your organization. Let's do this way, let's do that, and everybody looks up to you that wow, he is the person that can do it, and they look up to you and they know that you are able to manage yourself at different situations on your own personal expenses. You don't live beyond your means. You live within those things that you set priorities. You set, you see a problem and you don't run, but that ability in you are able to cope with any stress level, no matter the form. Though, like now, they are saying COVID phase 2. Look at that. It's not something that anybody prepared for, but because of the way we tackled the first one, everybody, like when I did the Yale study, when I went in and I noticed that the first thing that caught my attention was the news. There's so much, how do I say, people cannot interpret the news properly. They turn it upside down. They confuse people. So people just get into panic mode. Somebody that doesn't have COVID starts to shake uncontrollably. Maybe I have start eating onions, start eating things that just because of the wrong information, wrong news, interpretation of news, and all those things.
Start drinking salt.
Bathing salt. People were bathing salt.
We heard a lot. Yeah, you're right.
People were bathing salt. A banker was wiped from head to toe, and I'm like, what's going on here? And you will not believe it. We are protecting ourselves. Protecting yourself against what? When you get the when you get the right information and you pack it in the right, and you interpret it in a good way, you can easily manage whatever situation that makes other people to go into panic attack. You will be settled. You will be calm. You will have that inner peace, that inner glow.
Wow. That's absolutely amazing. That's absolutely insightful. Oh, I wish we could go on and on and on and on. I am checking time right now. We're almost out of time. I really want to thank you. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Definitely, if we call again to bring you back, I'm sure you'll give us a yes as an answer. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Thanks so much. So quickly before you go, how do people get across to you? Maybe on social media, platforms, your handles.
Okay, on Instagram, I'm Wellness with Olashore.
Okay,
Wellness with Olashore. On Facebook, I'm Abe.
Okay.
Olubunmi Olashore Olubunmi.
Okay.
And on Twitter, I'm at Olashore.
Okay. So,
and LinkedIn, I'm Olubunmi Olashore.
Olubunmi Olashore. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We appreciate your insight. We appreciate everything you've given to us. And I'm sure our listeners have really gotten a whole lot to pen down during this particular interview. Thank you so much once again on behalf of everybody on MZ Radio London and AP Radio UK. We say thank you. It's time for me to go, but you know what? Next week is around the corner, and the MHAASP Show will be back again for another exciting edition of the show. I'm going to leave you with the song of Ophiels that is titled Show Me Your Mercy. Stay mentally healthy. See you next week.